At first, it was just supposed to be a funny one night in the forest content video. But that night wasn't funny at all. My name is Rin, a second-year student who makes spooky story clips for YouTube. I like building scary vibes just to laugh about it later with friends. There were 4 of us in the team. Deck, our fearless cameraman, Molly, a blunt but soft-hearted friend, and Pond, our sound FX guy who never stops teasing. We came to camp overnight in a forest near a small mountain town, because TikTok said people often heard Goi Goi cries around here. I'd even titled the clip already #Goi Goi. Honestly, I thought it was just a legend, no big deal. Just an old ghost tale. A one-legged creature that jumps and sucks blood from toes, right? By evening, we reached the village and stopped to buy supplies. A rusty sign at the store said, "Don't camp near the sugar palm field." The old shopkeeper leaned out and whispered,
"Kids, it's a dark moon tonight. Don't stay long. The Goi Goi comes out."
Pond laughed.
"Auntie, if it comes, I'll give it a GPS to go home."
Her face went grim.
"Don't joke. If you sleep, cross your legs. Don't leave your feet stretched out by the fire. It goes for the warmest feet first."
Deck and I exchanged grins. What golden content. Another feature to add to the video. We continued up the dirt road, filming the sunset kissing the mountain peaks, cool wind, and grass brushing our tents. Molly muttered,
"Rin, do we really have to stay? Dark moon nights are darker than any night."
I touched her shoulder. "Come on, if you're scared, stay in the tent. Deck and I will guard the fire." Deck raised his camera.
This clip's gonna trend for sure bigger than our last one.
By dusk, everything turned to thick black ink surrounding us. We started a short live stream, goofing around. "If there's a Goi Goi out there, make some noise." Comments flooded in, some cheering, some teasing. "Don't tempt death, idiots. Wear thick socks, bro." The small campfire flared, the dry wood crackling sweetly. Pond played a Goi Goi sound from his speaker. Molly jumped, and everyone burst out laughing. Until another voice came from the palm trees. "Goi Goi." Pond scowled.
"I didn't play that sound."
That wasn't from the speaker. It was soft, like someone forcing air through their throat, short and fast. I lifted my phone, its light swept over tall grass, quivering, like something had just passed through. Deck grabbed his high-beam flashlight, slicing a white spear of light through the dark. We saw nothing, except a single trail of footprints hopping toward the dark woods.
"One leg? It walks?"
Molly's voice trembled. Deck laughed nervously. "Could be someone with one leg, right?" I tried joking, "Or maybe a 3-legged deer." Pond hopped on one leg yelling, "Goi Goi woohoo," and laughed alone. No one laughed with him this time. We split up into 2 tents for the night. I shared a tent with Molly. While taking off my shoes, I remembered the old woman's warning. So I crossed my legs awkwardly like some weird yoga pose. Molly copied me, but after a while she whispered,
"My legs are cramped, Rin. I'll just stretch for a bit."
"Don't stretch too long." Before I could finish, a cold draft slid in under the tent flap, and the sound came again, Goi. I grabbed my phone and shone it toward Molly's feet. A small dark figure was halfway inside the tent entrance. Its face was ashen, like burnt oil. It stretched its neck out. A foul, bloody stench hit us. Its mouth was tiny, sharp, like a bird's beak. It crawled forward and stabbed its beak into Molly's toes. Molly kicked, the tent walls flapping violently. I hurled my flashlight at the shadow in a single swing. It recoiled and darted out into the firelit darkness. I unzipped the tent in a rush. "Deck, Pond." Deck ran up with a knife. "What the hell?" Pond came pale-faced behind him. I heard it too. "It's real." 2 tiny bloody punctures marked Molly's toes like needle teeth. Her face went pale within minutes.
"I'm cold." "Rin, so cold."
Pond tried to joke,
"Maybe it's just a mosquito bite."
but his voice was dry and trembling. We fed the fire brighter and laid thorny branches around the tents like she said. Molly curled up in her sleeping bag. I held her hand tight. "Just hang on. We'll leave at dawn." Deck glanced at the ground and cursed under his breath.
These are Really one-legged hopping tracks.
2 hours passed, the wind stopped. Only the faint sound of grass being brushed by something. Thump, thud, thump, thud. Like someone hopping on one leg around the campsite. I wanted to go live and scream for the views. But just looking at Molly's paper white face stopped me cold. Deck told Molly and me to sit back to back. He placed the knife in the middle of our circle. Pond, the sound prankster, sat dead silent, listening, eyes wide open. Then suddenly whoosh, the fire went out. I heard someone softly chuckle right beside my ear. It wasn't anyone from our group. Guy, it was so close. I crossed my legs tight, so tight they cramped.
Don't move.
Deck hissed, but his voice caught as something leapt into the thorn ring with a sharp crackle. The fire flared back up. Pond had lit it with his teeth clenched lighter, and what we saw made the world spin. A short, skinny figure sprang into the firelight with only one leg. Its long arms dragged the ground, its head large, hair wild. Its skin looked scorched, as if roasted by fire. Its eyes had no pupils, just hollow pits, deep with hunger. It twisted its neck with a crack toward us, then hopped closer. Thud. Deck raised the knife.
Get away!
It shrank back like a scolded child, then grinned. Its tiny mouth opened, rows of needle-like teeth showing.
Goi.
Then it lunged straight at Pond. Pond fell backward, hitting the ground hard. It clamped onto his toes, chomp, blood spurted. I grabbed a flaming stick and swung with all my strength. The stench of burning flesh filled the air. It recoiled, screeching like a baby, then released Pond's foot and leapt back into the darkness. Pond gritted his teeth.
I can't. So cold, freezing.
Deck clenched his jaw.
Enough. Pack up. We're leaving.
But when we turned, everything in the tents was gone. Sleeping bags, backpacks, all gone. Only empty tents and the thorn ring left. We heard nothing but each other's ragged breathing. And faint hopping sounds circling back closer. I looked at each of my friends' faces and realized that thing wasn't just passing by. It was choosing to eat our feet, one by one, like it wanted us to watch each other suffer. Fear gnawed my heart numb, but something bit me harder: guilt. I was the one who dragged them here. For views, for comments, for pending sponsorships. I had posted the dare, Dark Moon Night, who dares come with us? And Molly had quietly said,
I'm scared.
but I'd giggled, come on, we need content. Now the prey wasn't the Goi Goi, it was my friends. I took a deep breath. Deck, if it goes for warm feet, can we make something warmer than ours? Deck blinked at me, confused. Deek, I bait. We heat water, stuff it in socks, hang them like fake feet. Pond groaned.
Will that even work?
I don't know, but we've got nothing left to lose. We set a metal bottle over the fire. Deck tore open his thick socks. I poured hot water into plastic bags and wrapped them inside the socks. We tied them low to a branch near the ground, letting them swing like dangling human feet. I warmed my leather shoes by the fire to give off that sweaty human foot smell. That scent of human feet mingled in the sticky night air. Then the three of us crossed our legs, posing like cold, still stones. The thud, thump, sound returned. My heart pounded. It was coming closer. Its shadow wavered across the ground. It stopped in front of the socks, lifted its head. Its hollow eyes stared, starving, craving. Then chomp. Hot water burst. It shrieked in surprise. It glared upward, furious. Then thud. It lunged at us recklessly. I shut my eyes, accidentally kicking the thorns, my legs burning with pain. It vaulted through the thorn barrier too fast to dodge. But it didn't come for me. It went for Molly. No. I screamed without thinking. Deck shoved me aside and threw himself in front of Molly. It bit straight into his ankle. Blood soaked through Deck's green cargo pants fast. Deck laughed through the pain. Ha, guess it likes heroes. I swung the flaming stick again with everything I had. And this time it burned. Flames caught its tangled hair. It screeched and leapt away, rolling in the dirt like an animal. But before vanishing, it turned and looked straight at me. In its hollow eyes there was no hate, only a question. Like a child who couldn't understand why everyone chased it away. We weren't chasing it, but it would eat us. I gritted my teeth. Enough. At dawn we leave this place. It was nearly dawn but the sky was still dark. Pond began to mumble deliriously, shivering violently. Deck was pale too, refusing to let me carry anything for him.
Rin,
Molly whispered faintly.
if we survive, delete the clip.
I nodded, tears welling. I'm sorry. Molly forced a weak smile.
I'm not mad, I'm just scared. If people watch and want to try it too, the Goi Goi will get more people to eat.
We waited for the sunrise like waiting for a miracle. But the miracle didn't come, something else came first. A shadow emerged from the bushes at the edge. This time it didn't avoid the fire or the thorns. It came on purpose, to be seen clearly. It hopped closer, thud, thump, slowly, like in a ritual. I saw clearly a small black handprint burned into its chest. The sight crushed my heart. I wanted to apologize for whoever had done that to it. It stopped before us, raising its chin, inhaling our scent in delight. Pond was too weak to cry out, his bare toes stuck out perfectly. I pulled out my phone and played a loud heartbeat sound from a sound app, then placed it near the fake sock decoy. The Goi Goi jerked its head, fixated on the heartbeat more than anything else. I dragged Pond back while Deck supported Molly. We ran, even though our cramped legs barely unfolded in time. It hopped after us, thud, thump, thud, faster and faster. I hurled my phone toward a mound of dirt. The heartbeat pulsed away in the opposite direction. The Goi Goi turned that way before realizing it was a trick. We bolted through the sugar palm grove, bursting out onto the red dirt path where the distant village shimmered. A faint goi echoed behind us, then silence. We limped to the old shop nearly at sunrise. The old woman saw our bite wounds. Her face looked like she might cry. She gave me medicine and wrapped Molly in a blanket. Then she spoke very softly.
It's not a ghost that likes to kill. It's just hungry. Hungry because people abandoned it in the dark forest long ago. Some say it was a pregnant woman who died in the woods. Others say it's a child nobody ever claimed. That's why it's small, starving, one-legged from being hurt. Whoever wronged it, it repeats on others, a cycle.
A strange nausea rose in me, not fear of ghosts anymore, but fear of humanity. We made content from other people's fears. We turned legends into views. And on that dark moon night, the story became real. And it hit us back full force. The old woman told us to rest in her house. She went behind her shop and brought a big jug of herbal drink. Before leaving, she looked me in the eye.
Child, don't bring anyone to challenge it again. If you feel guilty, find a way to give back to it.
How do I give back?
Tell its story right. Teach people to respect the forest and the dead. And stop laughing at its hunger.
I nodded, feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders. We stayed 3 days recovering. They got better, but still pale. Back in Bangkok, I deleted every live clip from that night, even though people messaged asking why I deleted them. I recorded a new video titled Goi Goi is not funny. I told the whole story, no effects, no fake laughter. I told everything, the old woman's warning, the single footprints, the thuds, even the black handprint on its chest. I told people to cross their legs if they ever camp in the wild. And most importantly, to stop taunting things we never respected. Comments came: hate, thanks, people sharing their own stories. One old man commented,
In the old days, they called it the child nobody accepted. If you see it, leave sweet rice and speak gently, not chase it with fire.
I read that, and stayed silent for a long time. One night after we returned home, I walked up the stairs to my rented room barefoot on one side, too lazy to find my flip-flop. The hallway was long and silent, like a tunnel of sound. I heard something. Thud, thump. My heart sank. I turned, no one was there, but at the far end of the hall, near the trash bins, a small crouched shadow sat hunched. It didn't jump toward me. It raised its tiny hand, touched its chest, then pointed at mine. A slow, simple gesture, like a child practicing hello. I blurted out, "I'm sorry." It tilted its head, like it didn't understand. I crouched down and placed the milk carton from the convenience store on the floor. It tilted its head, like it didn't understand. I crouched down and placed the milk carton from the convenience store on the floor. "Want this?" I pointed to it and stepped back 2 paces. The shadow crept closer, a faint musty scent trailing it. It sniffed it, the milk trembling in its thin hand. Then Goi. Soft, so soft, like a wordless thank you. After that night, I never saw it again. Or maybe, I just started seeing it differently. Honestly, was I scared? Of course. But scarier than ghosts is the day I laugh at someone's hunger again. Tell stories truthfully, no taunting, no mocking. If we film at risky places, we must leave snacks, sweet drinks, or clean up the area, and donate part of our earnings to orphanages and stray shelters. Molly requested that part. She cried while saying it. On sleepless nights, I still cross my legs out of habit. Whenever I remember that Goi Goi, I whisper back softly, "Sleep well. Tomorrow, we'll tell everyone, don't forget to respect one another."